I don't get insulted when I see Lin-Manuel Miranda casting an all Latin film and then the two leads are white Latins, because he is a white Latin. So he's going to speak from his lens, just like I'm speaking from my lens, and my leads will be Afro-Latin, right? So all is fair in film and war. But moving forward to colorism in general and our subject, are we to blame for supporting artists who do it? Speaking of Latins, very recently, there was a Latin reggaeton artist named J Balvin. And this man is global. You guys may not know anything, or maybe you do, about Latin reggaeton, but J Balvin is a superstar in that genre. And I'm talking about global. Like, the man has billions and billions and billions of views on YouTube. Not millions. He has billions of views on YouTube. So J Balvin just released his latest music video, which got taken down by YouTube because of the controversy very recently, because they felt like it was racist, sexist, misogynistic, you name it, right? Now, when you look at the video, we grew up on hip hop, right? So it's the average video, you know, girls twerking, girls shaking their boobs, you know what I mean? The guy rapping, the liquor. It's an average hip hop video, because reggaeton is really, it was born from hip hop, right? American hip hop. Reggaeton was born from hip hop. So it's basically kind of like, you know, the hip hop feel, except these guys are rapping in Latin. So this is a picture that I wanted to share. This is a still or a photo from the J Balvin video here. And this is J Balvin, who is what I call, you know, a white Latino. He is Colombian, to be specific. And in the video, he's walking two dark-skinned Afro-Latinas on leashes. If you see here, they're on leashes, right? And I'll leave that up for people to see. This is J Balvin, and these are two dark-skinned Afro-Latinas, Dominicans to be specific. And he's walking these two women on leashes. Now, we've seen that before, right? Snoop did it. It's hip-hop, right? It's how women are used in hip-hop, right? So now we're in a different environment, right? So there was hella protest, right? And hella objections. And YouTube took the video down. Now, with the magic of YouTube, everyone already screen recorded and people are still throwing it up. And you can still find it on, if you Google J Balvin racist, you'll see what comes up. So here's J Balvin. And again, I don't expect a white Latino, right, to cater to how I feel about melanin, right? It doesn't compute to them. I think scientifically it just doesn't compute. If you're not, I mean, you can empathize, right, with someone who's been attacked, you know, racially, but you can't experience it for yourself. So here we have two dark-skinned Afro-Latinas being walked like dogs in his video. And he thought that was okay. And the girls thought that was okay. Now, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Throughout the video, all kinds of girls in cages who are brown skinned, as the majority of the population in the Dominican Republic is brown skinned, right? So I'm sure they went out there and casted like 30 girls who were mostly brown skinned, and they're in dog cages, literally. The woman he collabed with, who's another reggaeton artist, was also in a cage. So the video got taken down after much protest for being racist, sexist, etc., etc. Now, again, I don't expect J Balvin to be smarter than what he is. We had this conversation with Meek Mill in the bus, right? Everybody's trying to make money. But it is 2021. And I think it's time women stop getting walked on dog leashes in hip hop. I think it's time, right? I could be wrong. So I want to give some examples of how melanin in general has been used as a prop. Melanin has been used as a prop since the beginning of time, right? And you're probably wondering, what do you mean melanin has been used as a prop? You know, I used to read my mom's Cosmopolitan magazines and things like that. And we would see these models, right? Specifically these white models in Africa, right? And we would see things like this. The lily white model amongst the Africans or the tribes, right? That to me is using melanin not only as a prop, but putting the model above the props, right? In my opinion. Again, this is my opening argument, and you guys can object. Maybe I'm thinking too deeply. I tend to do that. So here's another example. Yet again, white model. In the middle of, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's the Maasai tribe. But in the middle of the tribe, and they're her props. Here I am, this regal white woman, right? Of no color, in the middle of my African props.
I'm looking. Look like she rocking braids too.
Yes, she has cornrows to give her the tribe. What do you call it? Cred.
Right.
So cornrows in her hair to give her the tribe cred. So we've seen this happen over and over and over again, where melanin has been used as a prop. If you recall, this is Gisele Bündchen, a white supermodel, and our all-time fave, LeBron James. Right? In the stance that someone would say is ape-like or gorilla-like, or King Kong grabs his white prize, right? I told you we're going to get deep today. We're going to get deep today, so hang on, because you may want to object and object fiercely. So we have LeBron James and Gisele Bündchen, right? So again, they're using him as a prop, right? Now, she's not making a face. She's not in any particular stance. She's the lily white model, damsel in distress. And here's King Kong, right? So I don't have the picture, but they showed Gisele Bündchen, the same model, opposite George Clooney. And they were like, hey, right? They didn't ask George Clooney to act like any particular type of primate or animal or anything, or any kind of, violent looking thing next to her, right? So this is how, melanin has been used as a prop over and over again. Now, I want to go into some of our faves. And like I said, your YouTube feelings will be hurt, because colorism is also prevalent in our communities. I went over how it's prevalent in the Latin community. And if you missed it, it's really, really good info. So you may have to go back to the beginning when we're done, because I hate when you guys miss stuff. Be here early, please. So now we're going to go into some of our faves. Okay. This was a very recent photo of Rihanna. Rihanna. Who doesn't love billionaire Rihanna? Riri. So here is Riri on the cover of Dazed. She's flanked by two very dark complected models, and she's in the middle. They're framing her, right? Now, I don't know about you guys, but correct me if I'm wrong again. I haven't seen, because we about receipts here. I haven't seen where there's a very dark-skinned person, right, redundantly used in the middle with two white figures flanking them. It's always someone lighter with dark people flanking them. Now, some people may say, hey, but these artists are Afrocentric, and she's all about her people. We can't just, throw this on Rihanna. Can't we, though? Like me, I would step onto a set as a model or an artist or an actress, and if they brought in two dark-skinned models to flank me, I'm going to have an issue with that. I'm going to have an issue with that, and I'm going to speak up about it, especially being on the level of a Rihanna, right? You have control. You have full control of your image at that point. Once you hit the $1 billion mark, you're there. You can say who comes and who goes. So again, using them as a prop and reinforcing that lighter is better, because I'm the one that deserves to be in the middle, and I'm the one being flanked by these two other dark people, right? So where else have we seen that? Stay with me. Boom. Destiny's Child. Now, I think Matthew Knowles is an absolute genius. He made Beyoncé who she is. He's very strict. He's the Joe Jackson of Destiny's Child. Right? He also very strategically, continuously put a very blonde, light Beyoncé in between two dark-skinned singers. Continuously. And if you Google Destiny's Child, it's really like Beyoncé and the Children, right? because they were never equally showcased. Google's Destiny's Child, you're going to see dozens and dozens of pictures of a very blonde Beyonce, light skin, flanked by two dark singers. Anything we see here, right? So again, melanin being used as a prop. And I take issue with that. Now, let me express to you how deep the rabbit hole goes, right? Beyonce did a video special called Lemonade. Now, I didn't watch it. I'm not the biggest fan. I love Beyonce's fast stuff to work out with, but I'm not the type of person that she's going to drop something and I'm going to be like, oh boy, I got to be the first one there. I usually do that with Rihanna because I'm a bigger fan of Rihanna. But with Beyonce, not so much. But I saw different stills and little clips and videos because people post them all the time. And I was like, that's interesting. So let me show you how deep it goes and how this image is perpetuated over and over generationally. Now, people are thinking, wait a minute, Beyonce is all about, you know, her Afrocentricity, and she's all about, okay, I believe you, and you may very well be right. But here we have a Blue Ivy, next generation of Beyonce in Lemonade. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Right? Here we have, yet again, the next generation of light bright in the middle and two dark-skinned little girls on her side who actually don't even look as happy or as enthusiastic to be there as Blue Ivy is, or the second coming of Beyonce. Right? And let's go further. Maybe it's just coincidence. Maybe they were just pretending that Blue Ivy was Beyonce and the other two girls were Michelle and Kelly. Let's just say. Okay. Let's see who Beyonce recently signed. Yeah. Her name is Chloe. You guys must have seen her recently because she was like a Disney kid, but now she's twerking on stage with everybody else. Chloe Bailey, I believe is her name. And she was a part of a group called Chloe and Halle, two sisters that used to sing, but then I guess they broke apart and Chloe's doing her own thing now. So recently signed to Beyonce, Beyonce's artist. Let's just see how they're marketing Chloe, just for shits and giggles, just for fun. We're already here, just for fun. Here's Chloe. And who is she flanked by yet again? Right? Bunch of singers here. They could have flanked her with these two, but nope. Light bright blonde in the middle. Melanated props. Props. So it goes back to the question, are we to blame for supporting artists who do it? Because as we know, Rihanna is a goddess. Beyonce is a goddess, right? And these images are constantly being perpetuated, right? Or is there balance? Or is Rihanna and Beyonce enough about their blackness and their black people to when they keep throwing these images out, it's not harmful? Or is it harmful no matter what?